I love Emmet, I really do, and I think it's super useful and a huge time saver. And this is really the only link you need to know about it is docsemmet.io/cheat sheet because it gives you everything you need to know about it. I think examples like this one, where you go nav, ul, li, and hit tab and generate all of that is awesome. But honestly, I rarely use things like sibling, climb up, or multiplication. For example, sibling, if I were to do div plus p plus bq and then hit tab, it generates all of that, but it just doesn't save me any time versus div tab, then shift enter to go to the next line, p tab, shift enter, and bq. It just takes a bit extra brain power to think of hitting a plus and creating a plus as a shift and a plus. So I really just don't use it that much versus, simply p div bq. Also, climb up. It takes way too much brain power to think of where you are in here to think, oh, well, I go down this far and then I bring this up to the next one. I never ever use climb up. I'll just simply generate like this and then I'll switch over and just type out the BQ. Multiplication I never use because I always work with either templates or data structures that are generated in templates. So while it's great to be able to go so ul li times 10, it's great to do that, and it's even cool to add in a text block, throwing in the numbers. Honestly, that's just something I never do because I'm always generating that from the back end and delivering that data to the front end. I don't work on a lot of static sites that would actually require that. Yeah, same thing with item numbering. And the text, honestly, I don't see much of a reason to use that. If you're to do, the example it shows is A, then curly brace, click me, end curly brace, and hit tab. It generates that, but why not just type A, tab, then hit tab again, and type click me without having to worry about typing curly braces? I just don't see it saving time at all. Implicit class names, I honestly don't use that often because WebStorm gives me autocomplete for classes, but sometimes it's easy if I know the class off the top of my head to just type dot button and generate it. So sometimes I use that, sometimes not. IDs, I don't use a lot of IDs. These ones actually like input R, input C for checkbox, radio, file, submit. Those ones I'll find myself using. The A and link I'll use. Also wherever the script and link, wherever they are, I use a ton. These shorthand ones like BTN. I know there's also header and footer. I think that's just kind of overkill. I mean, how hard is it to type header? That's funny that I made a mistake when I said that. Or to type footer. Honestly, it's just a few extra characters, and I don't see a big deal why you should remember that. There's the other ones like TR plus. I don't know why. I guess that's easier than doing TR, TD. I think it's just one more thing to remember. I don't know why anyone would remember that. So a lot of these just seem like extra kind of overkill. That the CSS stuff is great to learn. Above all, though, I think the ones you really should know are, so if we'll throw in a style, and we'll just say foo. So if you know the width 100 and tab, if you know that one, or 100 and P for percent, and similar like with padding, you go P 0, 0, 0, 0. If you know those, that's awesome because I think these save a ton of time to generate those instead of typing that out by hand. And what else is there? And then XSL, honestly never use those. So again, I think Emmet is awesome. I use it mainly for this stuff because a lot of the other things just I think require too much brain power to think about. Maybe I'm just slow and stupid, but I don't feel like typing something like that out when I could just hit div tab and then type that out and hit tab, that sort of stuff. So again, I absolutely love Emmet. I just don't think you need to know everything on the cheat sheet. I think there's kind of a limited set of things that you definitely need to know and will save time. The other ones, just I wouldn't worry about them at all because they're just kind of overkill in my opinion.